Joining me from Toowoomba is the Nationals frontbencher Barnaby Joyce, the former Deputy Prime Minister, always here on a Thursday. Barnaby, thanks for your time. I'm happy if Labor now repents its sins, but I'm against this planned ban on political lies because I don't trust our political class and our bureaucrats to know the difference between a real lie and an unpopular truth. Do you?
Well, it's funny you bring up lies and repentance, and we're sitting here in Easter, and it sort of draws me to Pontius Pilate, quid est veritas, what is truth? What is truth? And of course, we know what truth is. Truth will be what they say, and lies will be apparently what we say, and this will be directed for yet another form of sort of quasi-control of the political narrative in their behalf. Now, yeah, if we want to run out some lies, here's another lie they said. Renewables are the cheapest form of power. Is your power bill going down? Do you feel you have spare cash? Do you feel you have spare cash with your power bill? That it wouldn't affect anything? Do you see that we're losing Qenos, our plastic manufacturers, our aluminium industry is going? We've got no prospect of expanding a manufacturing industry because we don't have cheap energy. The whole thing is a fiasco. We had power prices down in Victoria after the storm that went up to $16,200 a megawatt unit for something that generally costs around about $32. $32 to $16,200. And they sold in 5 minute blocks. I tell you, if we're going to go to the confessional, the political confessional of truth and lies, you can bet your life the Labor Party are going to be in there for a very long time. So take a packed lunch if you're sitting in the pool.
Yeah, but they can usually trust the bureaucracy because it tends to be filled with people of the left. I mean, it's just a fact of life. Yeah, of Barnaby, you mentioned the green plans.
You change the government, you don't change the bureaucracy. Sorry?
That's spot on. But Barnaby, you mentioned you're right. This green revolution of Labor's the plan to replace our coal-fired electricity plants with wind and solar, they are in total chaos. And I think we saw two signs of that today, just over the last few days. First, of course, investment in renewables has cratered from $6.5 billion 2 years ago to just a quarter of that last year. Labor's got much less investment in what it needs much more of. Plus, there are now moves in 2 states to shut down communities who are trying to stop these massive wind towers and transmission lines that Labor wants to build. They want to stop them from spoiling their landscape. New South Wales, renewable energy developers want the New South Wales government to slash the buffer zone between wind farms and nearby communities so they don't have to negotiate with as many residents. And Victoria's Premier wants to cut approval times for new renewable energy projects from up to 2 years now to as little as 4 months by limiting appeals. Here she is.
This change will mean that it prevents time-consuming and repeated delays that hold these projects back for years. We can do both. We can preserve the opportunity for communities to have their say as the projects go through those processes, but we need to preserve our momentum. We need to get the decisions made more quickly, and we need to provide that certainty.
Yeah. There's a panic now, isn't there, Barnaby, about the green rollout, and it seems country people are going to get steamrolled.
It's anathema to what Australia's supposed to be. This is the greatest swindle of your political lifetime. We are having overseas multinational companies and domestic carpetbaggers who are turning up, getting a deemed rate of return, power pricing agreements, renewable energy credits, subsidised infrastructure that has been forcing your power price through the roof, your reliability through the floor, and the overseas companies, so your money goes overseas. But it's not enough. It is not enough that they only be 8 kilometres from your house. Now they want to be, 1.5? And yet we've got the Labor Party going out on behalf of Chinese real estate companies, Singaporean companies, Dutch companies, French companies, who don't care about the environment and they don't care about global warming. They care about making money. And they're making bucket loads out of you, the taxpayer. You are getting ripped off, absolutely ripped off. And, and we sit back and we let it happen. Do you know they're coming in onto our land with a state-owned enterprise, Energy Co., so that they can basically compulsorily acquire our properties? We're doing this. We're this industrial landscape of wind factories, solar factories, filth that's going to, when it obviously becomes obsolete, is going to be left there as a permanent memento to our stupidity of what we did to our nation.
It sure is.
I mean, you know how ludicrous. It's a cult.
Monuments
It's a
to
cult. You know how
stupidity,
ludicrous this cult is? Listen to this. Listen to this. You'll like this. You'll like this. You'll run with this in your headlines. Listen to this. They have just declared, wait for it, that Tamworth is an alpine area. An alpine area, and has to get new building instructions, has to be black on the outside, black roofs. They're talking about double glazing the windows. Tamworth is about 350 metres above sea level. It is red hot. It is red hot. And when you've got stupidity like that, that's no joke. That's exactly what they're doing.
You're going to have to invest in more Parkers, obviously. Barnaby Joyce.
When do we call rubbish on this?
Thank you so much for your time. Oh, look, I know. We've been trying to do it for ages. The penny is going to drop. Don't get depressed yet. The penny will drop. Barnaby Joyce, thanks for your time. I've been talking about the hoo-ha about global warming. You know, it's going to devastate food sources. I saw that the other day. Do you know China, and this is bad news for farmers, has just cancelled or delayed 1 million metric tonnes reportedly of Australian wheat, not because it hates us, but because there's a glut now of worldwide wheat, where actually the world is growing apparently almost too much wheat. Can you believe that? So much for global warming.